Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to G1 Climax 2016. We are on day 3, and the tournament matches are about to begin. First up, we have Tama versus Hiroyoshi Tenzan, and we are on New Japan World. New Japan World players set to 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 55 seconds. And we will be hitting play when I say go. 3, 2, 1, go. And right now, Tenzan getting patted down. Oh, but Tama goes out and clobbers him from behind.
Right on the attack. And you know what? This this shows me he already learned from his loss to Makabe, that sense of urgency being exhibited by Tama right on the attack on Tenzan here.
And he's wearing his green paint today. I don't know what that means, but he's got a bunch of dollar signs on his pants, so maybe he's just really feeling the dough.
Yeah, he's feeling like he's money right now. And you know what? Despite being 0-1, he's in good company. And if those men like Naito can bounce back from an 0-1 record, so can Tama. Nice Mongolian job there to Tenzan.
And I've been doing a little extra research on different G1 competitors over the last few days, and Tenzan actually innovated the Anaconda device. Not only does he use it, but he's actually the first guy to use it. He innovated the move.
That is incredible to think about. And a Mongolian job there by Tenzan, and another one. Tama getting rocked here 3 in a row.
As far back as Tenzan's career goes, it wouldn't surprise me if I found out that he also innovated the Mongolian chop.
Yeah, that is true, brother. That is very true. And hey, dude, let's talk for a second, because you and I really sang his praises last year. I know you and I see the world in Tama. I think this young man is one hell of a prospect.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at Tama, I see a bigger, more in shape, more charismatic Roman Reigns.
And I would have to agree with you. I would think that Tama is everything done right. The WWE has just been failing miserably with Roman Reigns. And now Tama there into the opposite corner. Oh, wow. Nice elbow there. Did you see that?
That took Tenzan off of his feet, and it really, I think, shocked him more than anything, because I don't think he was expecting that kind of force from Tama out of the corner.
And I'll tell you, Ashton, Tama is that guy to me, and you may disagree with this assessment, but I just really feel like if he could get all the pieces together and really start stringing wins together, he could be a real tour de force in this tournament.
Oh, absolutely.
Tenzan there right into the guardrail. I mean, Tama, now that he seems to be experimenting, having flirtations with singles competition, and now right into the steel post goes Tenzan's head. But now that Tama is doing that flirtation with singles, I think the sky's the limit for the young man.
Absolutely. He is in a position right now where he's going up. His trajectory is definitely in an upward position. He is working his way up the ladder in New Japan, because you've got to look at last year. Last year, all he was really doing on these New Japan shows, on these G1 shows rather, was working tag matches, and he won so many of them. It really did force New Japan management to notice him and give him an opportunity in G1 in the tournament this year.
Exactly, and you look at Tenzan's side of the fence, you know, the very emotional reason, you know, why he's in the tournament. Kojima, his friend, giving up his spot so Tenzan could be in this tournament. Kojima is going to be cheering on Tenzan in all of his G1 Climax tournament matches. That cheering on helped Tenzan in a major way. His first match, he beat the Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii.
Which is huge, because Ishii is a guy that you do not want to mess with.
Well, you figure it's got to do wonders for the confidence of Tenzan at this stage of his career, when you really feel like it's winding down. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Ashton, wasn't it said that Tenzan just felt like this could be just like his last gasp, his last hurrah in G1? Like, I definitely feel like his career is downward, while Tama, like we just got done saying, his stock is going up. So Tenzan, I think, really wants to punctuate his career in the best way, and that could be an IWGP Heavyweight Championship match at Wrestle Kingdom 11 if he can win this tournament.
That would be huge for his career, for sure. That would be an amazing punctuation mark to put at the end of an amazing, long, storied career.
Absolutely. And now Tama, though, has control of the wrist. I think he's going to go an Irish whip, and he does. And now Tenzan in the opposite corner. Tama could be going for that splash. He does, and he doesn't connect. And now Tenzan there putting the boots to Tama, and now back to the Mongolian chops. And another Mongolian chop there. Tama down, I think, to one knee. Another Mongolian chop. He recedes into the corner there.
Undoubtedly Tenzan's favorite move to use.
And now a nice headbutt there by Tenzan. Tenzan's got that power, but Tonga has got that speed. And I think he does. And oh my God, what a lariat in the corner.
Took his head off.
Tonga's body flew up. I'm surprised it didn't go out of the ring. And now Tenzan here, front face lock. Could be a vertical suplex. And slight delay, and yes, he does get the vertical suplex there. I'll tell you, Tonga in rough shape. Lateral press here. 2. And Tonga kicks out.
It really does feel like Tenzan has a whole new lease on life now that he's been given this G1 spot, doesn't it?
Well, I think he almost feels, and not to put any unnecessary pressure on Tenzan, I think he feels like an obligation's been imparted to him to perform at his very best because he knows that if he wasn't here, Kojima would have been. And I think he wants to do right by his friend and tag team partner.
These guys have been friends and partners for decades at this point.
Exactly. Now look at that's the speed. And the drop kick right there by Tonga.
Even though Okada's drop kick might be prettier in the sense that it looks more crisp when he executes it, I think Tonga has a more impressive drop kick in that you just don't know when it's coming.
Inverted swinging neckbreaker there by Tonga goes into the cover here. And a kick out there by Tenzan. I'll tell you, Tonga, the upside of this young man. I really believe he's going to be a force for years to come in New Japan Pro Wrestling and potentially elsewhere. You never know where a career will take you.
Well, he already had an opportunity to sign elsewhere. Remember, this past year when the WWE, in a sense, kind of raided New Japan where they picked up Styles and Nakamura and Carl Anderson and Gallows, they had an opportunity to sign Tonga and Bad Luck Fale, but those guys took the offer sheet that the WWE sent them, showed it to New Japan officials, and used that to get a bigger payday.
Exactly. So Tonga, see that shrewdness. I mean, he definitely has business acumen. Took care of his own future. Nice Saito suplex there by Tenzan. But now the question is, can Tonga build upon his future and start racking up some wins here at G1 Climax 26?
Well, right now it looks like Tenzan's going up top for one of these big headbutts.
Oh, I don't think he got it.
I think Tonga rolled out of the way just in time, right before the heads connected.
Right in the nick of time, Tonga saw it coming. I think he saw a potential victory just slide right out of his hands.
Yeah, the last thing we need is another Tenzan Toru Yano episode where we get, a couple of busted heads and a bunch of stitches.
And again, Tonga, look at that, the cutter, no!
He wanted, I think he adopted that. Oh, look at that! Tenzan misses the wheel kick.
That quickness, so brilliant. Now spear by Tonga. 1, 2, oh!
Can I say it, John? Better than Roman.
Unbelievable. And what did we just say a few moments ago in this match, my friend, that the quickness of Tonga would pay dividends, and that's the second time now in this match that quickness has come to the forefront. And now look at this. Could it be a rope hung DDT here? Or maybe a neck breaker?
I feel like when Tonga gets, a few minutes into his matches and his hair starts to get all frizzy and fuzzy, he starts to get this animalistic look that makes him look really intimidating.
Yes.
And it's like I would not want to be in the ring with that, honestly. That's horrifying sometimes.
I think this is a brilliant strategy by Tonga. I think he's been devoting more focus to the head. Certainly softens it up for the head shrinker DDT.
And I love, too, that he also kind of adopted the gun stun from Carl Anderson, who's not in New Japan anymore.
Yeah, he passed on. Oh, could it be the head shrinker? No, look at Tenzan. He buckled the knee. How smart defensively by Tenzan.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
And now the body shots in the straight forearm. Tonga could sense it, man. I think he senses a victory could be at hand.
A move as simple as keeping yourself low to the ground and trying to make yourself as small and low to the ground as possible on Tenzan's part was so brilliant, because that makes you so much more difficult to lift. And if you're Tonga, you need to be able to lift. Oh my God, what was that? It was a headbutt, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was a head. Well, he is favoring the head, so I think it was. He seemed like he had his hands out, almost like it was a forearm.
I think that was a headbutt, brother.
I have to agree with you. I believe it was a headbutt as well. Can he drape the arm over into the cover here? Can he initiate the pin? No! Goes to the Anaconda Vice instead.
Vice. Again, the move that he innovated.
Is Tonga going to tap here? He's in the center of the ring. Tama Tonga, he's got to escape if he wants to stay in this match, or at least reverse the leverage. Uh-oh. Tenzan's starting to pick him up. You know what he likes to do here? He likes to slam him back down.
Yeah.
I don't know, though.
I think we can probably safely call this the Anaconda Buster.
Exactly, and there it is. That's it. One, two. No! Tama Tonga staying in it. Tama Tonga wants this win, brother.
He's showing some spirit that we haven't really seen from him before either.
Oh, no. Oh, God, the lariat, though.
Oh, my goodness.
Now it could be Cobra Clutch time. Tenzan hasn't called upon that yet. If Tama Tonga doesn't... Wait a minute here. He just did the roll-around thing with his fingers. Could he be going to the top rope, maybe? I don't know if that's advised.
He's going for a moonsault.
He might be. Tama Tonga needs to move out of the way here to stay in this match. If Tenzan connects, it could be over.
He hits it.
That could be it there. 1, 2, 3.
Tenzan is 2-0, building his amazing G1 record so far off of the spirit of his tag team partner right there, Satoshi Kojima, the martyr, the selfless act of giving up his G1 spot for Tenzan.
I mean, that's friendship goals right there, and it pays dividends because Tenzan's doing it.
As far as you ask me.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's Tenzan not being willing to waste this slot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at Tenzan, you're talking about a guy that is a former NWA World Champion. Could the IWGP Heavyweight Championship be in his sights next? With a 2-0 record, he's certainly in the running.
Well, he's already held it 4 times.
See, I was not aware, so maybe it could be in his sights one final time. We talked about the punctuation of a career.
Yeah, Tenzan is a 4-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion, 11-time Tag Team Champion, including 5 of those with Kojima. He has won G1 Climax 3 times already in 2003, 4, and 6.
But see, that was in wrestling time. That's eons ago.
It's literally a decade ago.
Exactly.
So, yeah, he's...
But can Tenzan do it one more time? That's the real question here. 2-0, he's in a good position to. Tama Tonga still has to iron out some kinks in his game, but I think he'll be back in it yet.
Just to give you an idea of how long Tenzan has been around, he won the Young Lion Cup in 1993.
Wow, that was a year after I was born. Damn.
Yeah.
And now, partner, we've got the matches I know you've really been anticipating. The Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii, going one-on-one with Goto.
Yeah. This was my personal favorite match of G1 last year. I liked this match last year in G1 even more than the finals between Nakamura and Tanahashi, which I know is blasphemy to a lot of people, but it's my opinion, and I thought this match was phenomenal last year, and even though I don't necessarily have my expectations so high that I think that this is going to one-up it, I think that this match can easily, equal the match that they had last year, if not one-up it.
Let's do a quick breakdown while entrances are being made, partner. You look at the Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii. He is 0-1 right now. He lost to Tenzan, who just got done picking up his second straight win, as we noted. Goto, on the other hand, 1-0. He beat Bad Luck Fale in his first bout. Do you think Goto has the advantage here, even mentally speaking?
I think, if anything, Ishii has the advantage because he's so much more hungry for a win now.
Oh, that's an interesting take.
I'm not necessarily saying Goto is complacent. I don't want to say that. I don't want to even put that vibe out there because I don't think Goto knows what complacency even means.
Right.
But Ishii, when you deprive that win from a man like Ishii, he gets violent.
I would agree. And it's funny that you mentioned Goto and his work ethic and everything. This man has already been IWGP Intercontinental Champion. He did fairly well in the G1 Climax last year, but if he can really string it together like Tenzan seems to be doing and racking up those wins, he could be looking at an opportunity at the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. And perhaps even more significantly than that, it's an opportunity at the biggest stage, the Wrestle Kingdom 11 main event.
Yeah.
Man, this is going to be a barn burner to be sure, guys.
And what's kind of odd with Goto, he has actually competed at the junior level in his career.
Right.
He was, believe it or not, a junior heavyweight tag team champion one time.
Wow.
With a man by the name of Minoru Tanaka.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember last year, and I don't think, just to kind of throw this out there, I don't think they're actually related, but similar names. Last year we had a young boy named Sho Tanaka.
That's right, we did.
Who is now in CMLL with Yohei Komatsu.
Very nice.
Yeah, so. Tell you what, though, Hirooki Goto is in for a battle because, like I said earlier, Ishii losing his first G1 match might be the worst thing ever to happen to Goto.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, think about it. He calls himself the Stone Pitbull, and you used a very, I think, appropriate choice of words describing Ishii's experience. Deprivation. He was deprived of that first win. It's like a pit bull. It's like any dog, really, not eating for a short time. And then that hunger, it just builds and builds. And then it gets to the point where they will eat anything, maybe even turn on their own owner and eat them. So just imagine what Ishii is going to do to Goto, who he has no love lost for. I mean, this is really going to be something here.
And how interesting is it that it seems like every random new guy that shows up, or not even new, but everybody that we talk about, you say, oh, and that's an opportunity at the world title, and then I somehow find a way to bring up, oh, he's been world champion before. Ishii, of all people, has only ever held one title in New Japan, ever. And it's the Never Openweight Championship, and he's held it 4 times, but nothing else.
And to me, I find that to be criminal. I think Ishii has the ability, a lot like Shibata when I said it about him earlier. You give Ishii an opportunity at the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, I think he'd take it all the way and he'd win it. Well, time to put my money where my mouth is, because right now Ishii handicapped with an 0-1 record. Let's see if he can be 1-1 here. Goto, though, with the shoulder block. Ishii responds. Goto, oh no! Power slam by Ishii. Beautiful.
I was just going to say, I don't think Ishii forgets last year his match with Goto. He kept on trying the same things against Goto, but everything he could do, it felt like Goto could do better. Every forearm that he threw, Goto would throw just as hard, if not harder. Every chop that he threw, Goto would chop harder. By the end of the match, Ishii was throwing chops to the neck in desperation attempts. And now I think Ishii realizes that he needs to change it up, even if only a little bit, just to throw Goto off of his game.
And notice here, Ashton,
you'll even see, look at how much harder Goto's hitting than Ishii right now.
Exactly, but notice how Ishii, and the throat chop, oh my god.
Resorting to it early on in the match because he had to do it late in the last year's match. He probably thinks maybe if he does it earlier this year, it'll give him a higher odd of winning.
I will never get used to seeing a man get chopped in the throat.
No.
Oh, and again, oh god, I almost feel like I want to gag seeing it just to catch my breath.
And if you notice, he's not even using his hand anymore. He is going wrist first into Goto's throat.
I'm thinking your analysis of these two competitors and their approach to this match has been excellent. And now look at Goto just firing off the forearms. Do you think Ishii remembers that match and that's spurring him on as well as the...
I think he has to. If you... Listen, we always talk about how when Ishii goes into a match, he doesn't really have a game plan other than to hit really, really hard and hope that you're the last man standing. Ishii is still a person. He's still sentient. He still is able to adapt, even if it is extremely, minuscule amounts of adaptation. And you'll see here, there, look at that right there. Ishii challenged Goto. Last year when he did that, it was just these exchanges that Goto would get the better of. But right there, rather than letting it devolve into another exchange, Ishii put all of his force behind that forearm in an attempt to knock Goto out because he knows that he can't go toe-to-toe with Goto in exchanges.
Nice spinning heel kick there in the corner by Goto.
Again, I said this last year and I'll say it again. Goto really does kind of feel like the next evolution of Ishii because he can do everything Ishii can do plus some more stuff.
Exactly. I think Goto's game, and I don't mean this to denigrate Ishii, but I would say Goto's the more refined of the two.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely, he is.
and now he's going to pick up Ishii by
There
what
is
little
a
neck the man
technical.
possesses.
There's a technical element to Goto's game that Ishii does not possess.
Exactly. And now you see Goto has the hands clasped. I think he was thinking Saito suplex. Ishii said not today.
Oh, the
And now
headbutt.
off the ropes. Followed
Goto
through.
follow through. Oh, Ishii follow through. Ishii goes for the lariat. Goto ducks. Ishii follows through again. Goto goes for the lariat. Ishii ducks. I think Goto just hit Ishii with a lariat, and now another one in the corner.
Another one in the corner.
Oh, but
Ishii, though, already
Ishii
up.
is up. He ate it.
Oh, my God.
He's staggering, though. I don't know how much longer he's going to be standing.
Oh, Goto, though, with another lariat. And now Goto off the ropes. Another lariat. Ishii, though, like you said, he's eating them. Oh, I think he tried to headbutt. Oh, straight up kick.
Notice, though, Ishii can't capitalize. He's expending so much energy just kind of in a in a phrase, you could say he's dick waving at this point. Ishii is trying to prove how tough of a guy he is by acting like nothing Goto's doing affects him, but it very clearly is.
Exactly. And now look at this. Goto in a precarious position here. He's at the mercy of Ishii, and last I checked, he didn't have any to begin with.
No.
And now going to the top rope here. I'm thinking superplex. In fact, it's going to be that kickoff superplex.
I'm thinking Goto's going to end up getting the Yoshi tonic.
Maybe. We'll see. Who? It's going to be top rope supremacy. Is it going to be the kickoff superplex? It's looking more likely.
Oh,
and
my God.
The delay. Wait for it. And there it is.
Nice.
Yep.
Wow.
Right there. Ishii now hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh, close, but only 2 3/4 there.
Goto manages his kick out. I think Ishii is happy with his game plan so far, but he might be angry that didn't get a 3 counts because he's only got so much of a game plan and he doesn't really know what to do after that fails.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you said that, partner, because do you think Ishii, he recalls that last match and then he sees a kick out like that and it just frustrates him? I mean, and that's the thing. If he gets sloppy mentally, Goto may be able to capitalize.
And here Goto. Oh, Ishii with another lariat, but Goto, I think Goto is legitimately firing up right now.
Yeah, Goto's getting into that second gear. Oh, but Ishii checked the kick.
See, I feel like a more refined performer would have gone for a dragon screw there when he had control of Goto's leg.
Exactly.
And Ishii paid for it because Goto ended up being able to slam Ishii's head into the ground.
Yeah, I think he may have even had some contact with Goto's knee, but Ishii there, that head, it's got to be throbbing after that. And you figure it's the Brainbuster versus the GTO from where I sit. GTR, excuse me. And, I mean, I just wonder which move is going to win out. And now Goto pulling himself up using the ropes.
The Goto Revolution.
And indeed, a revolution might happen.
Look at that, though. Ishii thought, no, I'm not doing another lariat exchange because I know I can't win one. So he just goes right into the forearm. And then Goto with the spinning lariat.
Exactly. Discus style there. And Goto does the damage. Ishii, though, those alternating forearms, I was in awe because of the rapidity that he was firing those off with.
Yeah.
And now fireman's carry from Goto.
I think Ishii fought out of it. Oh, and the headbutt.
And Goto even had to register that. No, but a forearm, though, the follow-through forearm. And now off the ropes, but Ishii checked the arm.
I checked the lariat. Oh, Goto back in the fireman's carry.
Fireman's carry.
Ushigoroshi
there by Goto. Hooks the leg, too.
Only a 2 count, but he had that leg hooked really deep.
And really, with the head and neck of Ishii feeling the way it is, that's so smart for Goto, given his maneuver, the GTR, is pretty much a final cut over the knee. Yeah. So, I mean, this is huge for Goto in my mind. And now Goto.
Goto is recovered, and Ishii is still very much reeling.
Exactly. This is bad for the Stone Pitbull.
Goto with a big chest kick there. 1, 2. Ooh, Ishii is wearing down quickly.
He is. You could tell the kickouts are just getting a little bit weaker from where I sit. And Goto, I think he may be thinking about ending it. Look at the positioning here. No, not the GTR, not yet. And check the arm again.
Checks the lariat, but the headbutt from
Ishii. The headbutt just made Goto collapse.
Yeah, it did. Oh my, Goto is down and out.
He
But
is.
Ishii is so tired, so exhausted from everything else that's happened in this match, he can't capitalize. And in the meantime, Goto is recovering.
He is. Goto's regaining his bearings. It's one hell of a task, but he's doing it. And now Ishii going to try and follow up here. This has been
Oh,
insane.
is he going to go for a power bomb?
I think he's going to power bomb him, partner. And now Goto, oh, slamming
Wow.
down. Look at that. He packages there too. And oh, Goto kicks out.
He was up on his tiptoes before dropping Goto down in that power bomb too.
See, partner, now I've never really wrestled a formal match, obviously, but from where I sit, I think Ishii would have been better off keeping that leg position in control of Goto's legs, either maybe going for another power bomb or transitioning into a submission.
Crap.
And yeah, but again, we talk about Ishii's repertoire is totally void of any kind of technical finesse, and it shows in moves like that. And now he's winding up the arm. I'll tell you, can you imagine a lariat where Ishii puts all of his power behind it? Goto might be finished. And now,
Another headbutt.
Oh, and now we might see
lariat.
it. And he got it. Wow.
That might be it.
Turned him inside out.
No, he kicked out at 1.
Wow, Goto is not to be denied.
Goto knows what's happening right now, and he knows that as long as he can weather this storm from Ishii, he's got him right where he wants him.
I feel like it's getting old, me saying that every match is a war of attrition, but that is G1 Climax 26 in a nutshell. It is a war of attrition in both blocks.
Goto got out of the brainbuster. Sleeper!
Oh, sleeper ear. We saw him use this with Bad Luck Fale. That preceded the GTR. Oh, Ishii's fading here. He's down. He's still got one knee shot up, but one leg is just sprawled out. And now, this is going to do... No! Slid out! What a counter! And he doesn't even go for the victory roll.
Wow. Lariat to the back of the head.
Wow.
But again, Ishii slow to follow up.
And that's the thing, partner. That's the incredible thing about Ishii that we've noted many times before already. But he could have opted for the victory roll. He could have taken his chances. He said no. He took an even bigger risk. He wanted to get off an offensive maneuver. And now could it be the seated lariat? No! Goto fires back.
The only thing finesse about Ishii's moveset is basically that power slam that we see him do in almost every match.
Exactly.
Everything else is headbutts and kicks and power bombs and lariats and that kind of thing. And even I would say the brainbuster is maybe a little bit on the finesse side, but even that's more of a power move than anything. And another huge lariat from Goto goes for and Ishii kicks out at 1.
Neither one of these guys wants to give in to the other. And Goto even has that look on his face like, I have had it. Could he be thinking, no, not GTR?
No. Yeah, I think that's what he wants. Yeah.
Oh, okay, no. But again, a counter. Again,
no. God, Goto had him up.
Oh, the headbutt there by Goto. Oh, and Ishii collapsed.
That might have knocked Ishii out. If this was MMA, Goto might have just won by TKO.
Ishii, critical damage there after that headbutt. And now, Goto going to try and turn him over. Hey, Goto may have to rely.
Ishii, he has him up.
Ishii! But a counter again. Counter again. Goto may have to rely on an old favorite with the Shoten Kai.
That would be interesting.
And we'll see. I mean, he is in position if he could just get Ishii up. He does.
No. He just dropped his face on his knee, though.
Oh, my God. Ishii's done.
That's it.
He's done. The GTR. That's it. No, again.
He's going for a proper one this time. He didn't hit it right the last time.
And there it is. Done. 1, 2. Goto's 2-0.
And Goto again one-ups Ishii, same as last year.
Wow. What a match, partner.
Hirooki Goto is the monkey that Ishii cannot get off of his back.
Exactly. And Ishii, you want to talk about Ishii, the Stone Pitbull. He's left whimpering right now, an 0-2 record right now in G1.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I mean, last year he was so dominant. He was actually one of the few people in a privileged class last year to have an undefeated streak for a little bit in tournament matches. He is now 0-2. Let that sink in, guys.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the Goto Revolution will be televised. 2-0 right now. Could Goto be looking at a Wrestle Kingdom 11 main event? Oh, man, what a match. Ishii.
I think he might. Is he the only 2-0 person so far?
There are others I thought maybe. I'm not even sure anymore.
Tenzan's 2-0.
Tenzan's 2-0, that's right. Oh my god. Goto all day. And when you and I grew quite fond, we became fans of Goto last year, and we thought that he had an upside. That upside is really showing itself this year. What is Goto going to do next? Can he keep this streak going? I'll tell you guys, you might have to give Goto a closer look. And as far as Ishii, when you're 0-2, when you're losing like this, I think that's when you have to look deep within yourself and see what you have to give. Ishii's got to go back to the drawing board and possibly hit even harder the next time around because he needs to start racking up some wins here.
I kind of feel like Ishii needs a new game plan, and for the first time, his very basic game plan of hit really hard and don't get knocked out before the other guy isn't working for him against one person.
Exactly.
It's just not working.
Oh, this is going to be very interesting here. You want to talk about guys that are piecing things together.
You want to talk about guys that are complete opposites.
Marufuji.
With the lightning quick strikes and ridiculous speed and technical precision.
And Bad Luck Fale.
With his massive frame and power.
I mean, this is going to be a meeting of forces to be sure. And I got to wonder if Marufuji watched it all Goto's match with Bad Luck Fale and took away anything.
It's kind of funny because if you look on these two guys' respective profiles in the move lists and their arsenals, Marufuji's is about 4 or 5 times bigger than Fale's.
Exactly.
Marufuji
really showed me something.
Just based on what we've seen, Marufuji has forgotten more wrestling moves than Fale knows.
Exactly, and that's a beautiful soundbite, brother. And let me tell you something. For those who don't know Marufuji, I feel like he was totally under the radar. I mean, of course, he participated. He did stuff. But the Lucha Libre World Cup didn't even do him anything close to justice.
No.
That match he had with Okada, that showed me that you are looking at a guy of sheer brilliance between those ropes. And Bad Luck Fale, you know what? For the first time, Fale walks around. He has this swagger about him. You know what, dude? Put the shades in the corner, get your game face on, and realize what you're in for. Now look at that. See, that's what I'm talking about. That stuff's not going to fly. Fale, and I say this with all due respect, is a guy that really sees a lot of potential in the underboss of the Bullet Club. He needs to get his act together because Marufuji is no pushover.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really look like a tough guy by beating up a ring announcer who's half your size.
Exactly my point, dude. Like, you're picking on these small fries, no offense to the officials, when Marufuji is about to make his entrance, and this is the guy that beat, straight up, Kazuchika Okada, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Don't overlook him, Fale. Don't think that your size can solve everything. You just got done saying with Ishii, his game plan, it's not working anymore. People have figured it out. Well, people have figured out, Fale, how to deal with your size. And now you've got to deal with that. And can he is the question that remains here.
And Marufuji, with that GHC Tag Team Championship that he shares with Toriano.
Yeah.
Kind of a shame that that's the only title he has right now. But alas, that's the only one.
Well, he can forge his own destiny, partner. And he could be looking at a Wrestle Kingdom 11 main event. I mean, when you beat Okada, and what he is guaranteed to be looking at is an IWGP Heavyweight Championship match in the future.
Yeah.
So he's probably licking his chops here.
Yep.
And the crazy
I will
thing,
say, too, if he manages to beat Fale in this match, that, to me, makes him the favorite to win this block.
And I would agree with you. You're not even wrong. And what I was getting ready to say, which I think is a perfect compliment to the point you just made, the crazy thing is, I feel like with anybody else, and I mean this is the biggest compliment I could pay Marufuji, anybody else would think to themselves, oh, I beat Okada, I'm getting a world title match, and they get lost in the thought of being world champion. They're not focusing immediately on the tournament. I think Marufuji, and this is a terrifying attribute if I'm correct in attributing it to him, he can compartmentalize. He can say, okay, I beat Okada, I'm getting a world title shot, but I can also guarantee a world title shot if I win this tournament. Either way, I need to be in the world title picture, and I'm going to secure my space there. I'm going to be a consistent contender, is probably Marufuji's thought process.
I mean, Marufuji's a veteran of the business. He's been around since 1998. It's no surprise that he's gotten the ability to compartmentalize, as you're speaking of.
Exactly.
So right now is, I mean, I'd say face to face, but right now it's more like face to neck with Bad Luck Fale.
Exactly. And, Fale can impose his will, act like a big shot, but Marufuji, if you give him time, which Fale, that's the thing.
His chops are so fast, it's ridiculous.
And now Fale's going to take a turn, and straight forearm to the face.
And you can see look at Fale's chest. There is a red mark where Marufuji's hand was.
Exactly. Now Marufuji's going to give it another go, and another chop.
Oh, and in the same exact spot, too.
Fale just looks annoyed. I do see that red spot, though, you're speaking of, and another forearm, though. Now Marufuji with another chop.
Marufuji, Bad Luck Fale might not be acting like he's in pain, but you can clearly see that he is.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't care how tough you are. If somebody is slapping you on the chest hard enough to make your chest skin raw, you're in pain, whether you act like you are or not.
And you could even see Fale was grimacing in the face.
Yeah.
And now shoulder block there by Marufuji, but that might have hurt his arm a little, colliding with all that.
That's not going to work, yeah. I mean, Fale, whether he's tough or not. Oh, look at that. That was smart, though. A kick to the head.
Exactly. And now Marufuji cartwheel, though. Drop kick. Staggers Fale a little bit. Another drop kick. And now Fale goes between the ropes here, but lands on his feet.
Marufuji is, I mean, I hate to say it just because it makes it seem premature, but he's dominating right now.
Oh, what a crossbody. And look at that. He had so much momentum behind it. Fale does collapse. I thought he could have caught Marufuji there.
I thought he was going to catch him too, but yeah, Marufuji is dominating right now, just like he did to Okada on Monday.
Exactly, and I gotta say again, I think Bad Luck Fale, what cripples him in scenarios like this, he doesn't have a sense of urgency. He wanted to indulge himself. He wanted to play that game with Marufuji to start the forearm versus the chop, and now this is where we are. And now Marufuji here.
And now not only is Marufuji dominating Fale from a technical perspective, but now Fale has to deal with the pain that's on his chest right now that he tried to be all tough and act like it wasn't there.
Exactly, and just imposing his will. What a shoulder block. I think he even got some of his head in there, so like a partial headbutt to Marufuji.
I feel bad for Fale, honestly. His chest is straight up raw right now.
Yeah, it is. And now, guardrail over Marufuji, and he does. Oh, wow.
Those Marufuji chops are devastating.
They certainly looked it. I mean,
almost as devastating as getting thrown up against the guardrail like what just happened to Marufuji, unfortunately.
Exactly. Now Fale is just going to use that brute power, that raw power, and again, into the guardrail, the back.
Maybe those stiff chops and that early onslaught of offense from Marufuji was the biggest mistake he could have made, because maybe he woke Fale up and really made Fale decide to take this match seriously, which has always been sort of a folly of Fale.
Oh, nicely done. Oh, my God. I was just about to praise you for your verbosity and your prowess, but Fale just introducing Marufuji's back into the steel ring post. Oh, my God.
That's what I'm saying, though. Fale wasn't taking Marufuji seriously until Marufuji proved that he could one-up Fale, and now Fale seems to be focused.
And a focused Fale, I will say right now, could be unstoppable in his block if he just gets it together. And what a back body drop there.
So much height. When you're 6'5" and you have the ability to lift people up as easily as Fale does, you tend to have some of the most devastating back body drops in the business.
I agree. And notice what Fale did there. He actually went for a pin attempt. He needs to do that more. A lot more.
I think Marufuji made a mistake by forcing Fale to take him seriously.
Right, and now look at that. Oh, my God. Fale not just standing on him, which is bad enough, but he's stomping on him now.
Yeah, how would you like to be stood on by a 6'5", 300-pounder?
I could think of better ways to spend my Saturday personally, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I know, standing on the chest now. Oh, my God. That'll collapse a lung, for God's sakes, and Marufuji in bad shape. Yeah. And now look at driving the knee into the back, and now just pulling up by the hair to get that leverage. Oh, my God. And then, Red Shoes, you better try and admonish Fale, but I think he's going to let a lot pass. I mean, he's seen Fale, so.
Yeah, he literally just saw what Fale did to the ring announcer.
Exactly. So, Red Shoes ain't looking to follow suit. And now Fale, just a clubby blow to the back, just working that over. And we saw, brother, and I know you kind of pointed it out, in the Marufuji Okada matchup, using that modified Emerald Flosion to win it. And I don't think he'd be able to get Fale up for that move, though, so he's going to have to adapt his game.
That's true.
And not only that, both feet now meeting Fale's chest. On the top rope, drop kick, but Fale's still staggered.
Still on his feet.
Marufuji there. Oh, no way. Don't even think about it. Are you serious?
I think he wants it.
Oh, my God. That is not. And Fale had enough time because it even took a little bit for Marufuji to get the proper positioning. He's not going to get it. But he slides out. And now Fale going to charge in the corner, but got met with a boot.
Let's not forget, Marufuji still has that Ko-O knee strike.
He does. If he could execute it to Fale, he could win this match. But look at that. Oh, the reversal.
Suplex.
Uses the momentum to suplex Fale, and that could be a huge opening for Marufuji. I'm shocked.
Alternatively, he also innovated, and this is Marufuji I'm talking about, he innovated the Shiranui.
Oh, okay.
And that's another big option that he could probably do it seems to be more effective against bigger guys. It's a bigger they are, harder they fall kind of move.
Exactly. Nice measured kick there, but Fale powers out.
Oh, and wow.
Almost sent Marufuji out of the ring.
Almost landed on the ref, too.
Yeah, that's crazy. Fale's starting to regain a vertical base here.
I think he wants a super kick here.
Now Marufuji kicks straight to the head.
God, right in the jaw. Here we go, Shiranui. He's calling for it.
Oh, here we go. No. Oh, kick again. Kick to the head, stunning the equilibrium. Another
super
kick. And a strike there. And another kick. Fale goes down.
Knocked him the hell out.
And that's smart. Look, like you said earlier, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And with a big man...
Well,
yeah.
Talking about the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Another move that Marufuji innovated back in the mid-2000s, the curb stomp. He has that in his arsenal as well. Look at how quick. Fale into the turnbuckle. Lariat.
Jeez.
That's the thing when you have a smaller technical guy against a big guy is the smaller guy does all these super impressive feats of agility and technical precision, but all it takes is for the big man to hit one move and we're back to even ground.
Exactly, and I'll tell you, I thought Marufuji was close to winning this thing, but he moved out of the way! Oh, what a
big knee strike.
Oh, Fale collapsed, but look at how close he is to the ropes. You can't do a pin attempt. And really, he's just got to recover and see if he can build anything off of that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Marufuji here. Can he beat Bad Luck Fale? Fale definitely seems more focused, more in the zone than in his match against Goto.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Marufuji forced Fale to take him seriously. I don't know if Goto was ever really on Fale's radar the way Marufuji is right now.
And now we return, and it's like this match is a circle. We start again at the beginning. The chop forearm exchange that started this match. We're doing it again here. Marufuji ducks. Another super kick. Again, he's going to go for the Shiranui.
I think he's going to get it this time.
No.
Fale puts him up. He's going to go for the bad luck fall.
Can Marufuji counter here?
I don't know if he can. I think this might
be out.
Oh, he slid out.
Fale, look, he's stunned. Another kick.
How super kick.
Oh, the knee.
Another Ko-O.
Oh, and he just did the throat slit.
He might go for the curb stomp.
Is he? No!
Oh, boy. Grenade!
Oh, counter. He checked the arm with the knee.
Arm.
Oh, now he's measuring Fale here. But Fale caught him anyway. I think he took too long. He hesitated too much.
Well, he was waiting for the right angle there. He didn't really have a lot of room to work with.
Oh, my God, the splash.
1, 2.
No!
Yes, Marufuji kicks out.
Marufuji wants to be 2-0. Can he beat Bad Luck Fale? But that splash had to drive the air out of him. And there it is. It's over.
The grenade.
1, 2, 3 count.
And that's what I said. Marufuji, and I don't even want to try and make it seem like it's Marufuji's fault or that he did a bad thing. But in hindsight, it feels like it was a bad move for Marufuji to take Fale to the limit as early in the match as he did, because it made Fale really kind of refocus and take Marufuji much more seriously for the rest of the match. And when Fale is on point, I don't know if there's anyone in New Japan that can beat him.
And that's my sentiment to a T, my friend. Bad Luck Fale had that Shiranui scouted. at least 3 to 4 times in this match. And I'll tell you, Marufuji, he adapted towards the tail end of the match, but I think it was too little too late.
Yeah,
And
those
that little
knee
bit of
strikes, they
hesitation.
hit hard, but apparently they don't do as much damage as you would expect because maybe that's also possible. Maybe they didn't do as much damage just because of the massive target he was doing them to.
Exactly, and I'll tell you,
You can see,
that,
look at the chest of Bad Luck Fale. He's going to have scabs by morning.
yeah, that was rough. But now, interesting thing here, partner. Bad Luck Fale and Marufuji share the same record. They are both 1-1 at this point.
Yeah. And up next, we've got another opportunity for somebody to go 2-0 at the expense of one of the top guys in New Japan, SANADA versus Okada. And SANADA being the one with an opportunity to go 2-0 coming into this match. I don't think anyone would have called that.
And not just an opportunity to go 2-0, brother. This is the biggest match of SANADA's life. Because if he can beat Okada, that's another man that can lay claim to an IWGP Heavyweight Championship match down the road. This is huge for SANADA.
This is, don't get me wrong. Monday was a massive upset and a massive opportunity for SANADA. But what we need to keep in our minds is that as big of a deal as it is to beat Tanahashi isn't a champion right now.
Exactly.
Tanahashi's a big deal. He's a big name, and it's great to beat him. But when you do beat him, all you really get is glory. If you beat Okada, you get an opportunity to take his title.
Exactly. And that IWGP Heavyweight Championship, that is a prestigious championship. It's not something that just anybody gets. It's not something you're going to find at the bottom of a box of Lucky Charms. I mean, that goes to the best of the best in the country of Japan, in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And SANADA, biggest match of his life to me by far. And he put the entire world, including the two of us, on notice by tapping out Tanahashi. Can he do the same to Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker? I mean, I have said, I feel like there is very few people in this game right now that are better than Okada, but he is 0-1. Now, you saw Fale was also 0-1, and he was facing the guy that beat Okada and Marufuji. He got it together. He got the win after the grenade. But can Okada put it together? Can he beat SANADA? And if SANADA wins, and he beats two men back-to-back in the caliber that he has of Tanahashi and Okada, I mean, what does that say?
Yeah, I mean, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion is very legitimate and very, he's one of those guys where if he loses, the odds of him losing consecutive matches is incredibly low.
Exactly.
So SANADA is going to have to work twice as hard to pick up this win than he did on Monday to beat Tanahashi, which speaks volumes because he had to work his ass off to beat Tanahashi.
I think this was the match I was most looking forward to when you ran down this card.
Yeah.
Simply because the question is, can Okada make it rain once again? Can he go 1-1 and start getting on a winning way? Or is SANADA just here to take the freaking world by storm?
And John, speaking on what you said earlier about how credible and how exclusive the IWGP Heavyweight Championship is, think about wrestling these days. Think about how often titles change hands, whether it's in New Japan or WWE, Ring of Honor, NXT, Lucha Underground, wherever. It doesn't matter. You'd probably say maybe 2 or 3 times a year, right?
That's correct.
There are fewer individual wrestlers that have held the IWGP Heavyweight Championship than there have been years it's existed.
Wow.
The IWGP Heavyweight Championship has been around since June 12th, 1987, which means that it is a 29, I kept on mismathing, 29-year-old championship. There have been 27 men that have held that belt.
Wow.
There have been 65 individual reigns, but they were all between 27 individual men.
Right.
Most recently, Okada, who is now a 4-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
And that's an incredible feat in a promotion like this at only, if I'm not mistaken, 28 years old is Okada?
28 years old.
That is an incredible feat to call yourself, again, with the exclusivity that that belt has, a 4-time champion. And to be that young and that on top of your game, that's why I have all the respect in the world for Okada. That's why I'm a huge fan of Okada, because he truly is an artisan between those ropes. But let me tell you something, Sanada, he may not be an artisan, but he may be something even better, and that remains to be seen. And that's just straight up effective. The way he...
You're
Yeah.
familiar with the Great Muta, as right?
Yes, that's correct.
He actually mentored Sanada, but what I actually wanted to say is the Great Muta, Keiji Muto, has also only ever held the IWGP World Title 4 times in his career.
Wow.
And he's over 50.
This is, I just think with our background information that you and I have kind of afforded, that this match is stakes, and primarily you. I mean, you're the researcher here, and I'm always just impressed with the things you're able to dig up. But, I mean, the stakes of this match, I think, just became even higher. As you see now, Okada is going to do the clean but cocky break. And there it is. But Sanada doesn't really seem too perturbed, you know? He's just going to say, all right, that happened,
If anything,
no
he
charges.
looks more annoyed.
Right.
And now Okada with the side headlock.
Off the ropes, though. Shoulder block there by Okada. And how do you think Okada's arm is feeling after all the work Marufuji did on it, now that he's had a little bit of time to recover? And oh, wait a minute here! Rainmaker! Oh, Sanada ducked. Skull end!
That's the arm! Isn't it the left arm that Marufuji put all that work into?
I would think, because that's the arm that Okada is sporting the elbow pad.
Oh, no, that's right. No, because I remember on Monday we said if you would take Tanahashi's right arm and Okada's left arm, you would have two functioning arms. So I'm assuming that means that it's actually Okada's right arm that Marufuji worked over.
Right. Oh, wait a minute here. Sanada's got a chair.
Oh, my.
Is he going to wrap it around just right into the side? And I don't know if he connected with the arm. It just seemed more like the side of Okada that got hit with that chair. Almost like the kidney area, if you will.
Sanada in this tournament feels very Naito-esque from last year.
Yes.
With how sort of, everything, he makes sure that the match is going at his pace. He is controlling the pace of the match.
Oh my God, it all hung up right on the guardrail.
Yeah.
Okada is in pain here, and that's the price you pay for the opportunity to control your destiny, because as we've noted, partner, if the IWGP Heavyweight Champion manages to win the G1 Climax tournament, they pick their opponent for Wrestle Kingdom 11.
And now you see Sanada just choking Okada with one of the camera wires. That is messed up.
Sanada, but you know what, though? It's so smart, dude. I agree with you that it's messed up, but it's so smart, because when you use every resource at your disposal to inflict punishment upon your opponent feels like he's fighting the entire atmosphere and not just you, and that's very psychologically overwhelming from where I sit.
And now, Sanada has taken firm control of this match. We already saw him really kind of manhandling Okada on the outside of the ring. Let's see what he can do now that they're both on the inside of the ring in between these four ropes.
And I think it's smart, partner, to be working over the midsection of Okada, because he'll struggle to breathe. And when you get that skull end, I know, again, the arm is one part affected, as is the case of Tanahashi, but you have to think you're cranking back, on that head and neck. Okada may feel like he's struggling to breathe if he gets trapped in that skull end. So Sanada, very smart to be working over the midsection.
Oh, Okada just asked for more.
He did. He's just inviting Sanada to do whatever he likes, and I don't really know if I agree with that by Okada. I know he's cocky. I know he's got a chip on his shoulder, but you're not really in a position to talk much smack, and Sanada there, just another straight boot. I still can't believe that Sanada beat Tanahashi in his first match. If he could beat Okada here, nice back elbow there. And the moonsault, but lands on his feet and then gets the drop kick. How well scouted did he have Okada in that sequence?
Well, you say he had Okada well scouted. I think that was more improv than anything, because Okada had the moonsault scouted.
That is true. And now Sanada.
How could Sanada have possibly known that Okada would have moved out of the way for the moonsault?
Maybe scouted isn't the right word. Oh, the suplex.
Oh, wow.
I should say the recovery by Sanada in that sequence was just brilliant.
Yeah.
And Okada kicks out.
That was almost like a backdrop driver.
It was. And Okada taking the full brunt of it here. And now Sanada going to do a rear chin lock from what it looks like. Yes, a rear chin lock here. Now Okada reaching out to the rope. Oh, man, this has been a rough time for the Rainmaker.
Just like Monday.
Just like Monday. And now SANADA, he's really sticking to his game plan. This guy, he's more intelligent, I think, than people may give him credit for between those ropes.
Definitely.
And I'll tell you, Okada prone here off the ropes is SANADA. Flapjack, no back body drop. High elevation by Okada.
Huge back body drop. We already saw Marufuji get back body dropped by Fale. I don't think even he got more airtime than SANADA did right there.
That was incredible. I mean, Okada is one hell of an athlete. And now Okada pulling himself up with the ropes. And what's so great about this story, too, my friend, because we always talk about TNA. TNA had both of these guys. They wasted both of them, and now they took completely different paths, ended up in the same place, but their value, respectively, has never been higher.
Yeah.
So that's another crazy part of this story. That's a nice back elbow there by Okada.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Okada, the ace of the new generation, and SANADA is really, I kind of feel like the second-hand man in Los Ingobernables. Oh, what a DDT by Naito. You know he likes to do a European uppercut after that most of the time, but...
Yeah, Okada just spiking that DDT.
And there's the European uppercut.
Exactly, and now he's going to hook the leg here. 1, 2, and SANADA kicks out. Hey, that's another thing we learned about SANADA. Asked Tanahashi. He picked that leg of SANADA apart. SANADA persisted, and he ended up getting the win. It's going to take a lot to put SANADA away. Perhaps a Rainmaker clothesline. And now, oh, wait a minute here. No.
Going for that reverse neck breaker, but no, SANADA gets out of it.
Uppercut there.
Big uppercut from Okada.
Nice leap by SANADA. Another one.
SANADA has a nice drop kick of his own.
Wow. And now look at this, going to follow up.
Tope.
I think that was a forearm.
No.
It was almost like a...
Tope con hilo, I believe.
Yeah. That was crazy. And now he takes off the shirt. Doesn't even a little peck pop. I'm telling you, what this tells me, partner, is SANADA has hit a stride in this match, and that's dangerous for the Rainmaker.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Okada in a bad way. First, he's 0-1, and then with the damage that SANADA has been, inflicting upon him here, he not only could he be 0-2, but you have to think about anything that lingers for the remaining parts of G1, of your G1 Climax experience. And now SANADA just threw Okada back in the ring. He's taking his time.
SANADA's confidence right now is brimming.
Yes, absolutely. And now could it be a springboard here? Okada struggling. The ropes.
Drop kick.
Oh, Okada.
One, but Okada. Oh, look at that. SANADA missed, and he still managed to get the better of Okada in that exchange.
Oh, and the flapjack, though, by Okada.
If only he had someone behind him to do a cutter, it would have been a 3D.
Exactly. and it certainly could have assisted him in winning this match, but no, the flapjack will at least have to be the start of a game plan for Okada. As you see Goto, they're really getting into it, really pounding the apron, saying, come on, Okada, let's do this. Let's get this done.
It's funny, John. SANADA is in Los Ingobernables de Japón, but if it wasn't for the tag matches, you wouldn't know it because they're never outside of the ring for his matches. Oh, reverse neck breaker.
He got it. I thought SANADA was going to counter. It seemed like he was trying to get control of Okada's arm, but Okada did get that neck breaker, and now could it be the elbow drop where he clears the distance?
It looks like it, yeah.
And now, there's the elbow drop, and you know what comes next. And wait for it, and Rainmaker. I don't know, though. SANADA is no slouch. Will he have that Rainmaker scouted?
SANADA seems either off his game or like he's hiding something right now.
I would think the latter, partner, because I haven't seen anything off about his game yet. And now Fireman's Carry here. Is he going to get no... Oh, Okada slides out. Boot. Now what does Okada have? Oh, look at that. Using the free leg.
Nice step up in Zagiri.
Absolutely. Now reverse the Irish whip. Okada, the dropkick. He had it
scouted.
SANADA
like in the tag match. Scouted. Just like in the tag match. We had the same exact scenario. And now look at this. Skull end.
Oh, but Okada
drops out of it. I guess it's not officially a skull end until he grapevines it. The leg scissors.
Look at that. Full Nelson and then the Tiger suplex with the bridge.
Tiger bridge. 1, 2. Oh, that was so close.
Okada kicking out, but what a beautiful Tiger suplex there by SANADA. Wow.
That was beautiful. He actually used to use that as a finisher.
Yes. And now could it be? No, going to the top rope moonsault. That's probably what he's thinking about.
Yep.
And he misses, lands on his feet.
And that's the important part, is that he landed on his feet, though.
Oh, could it be the tombstone? Look at SANADA, though, reversing the weight.
Fought out of it.
Uppercut there.
Big uppercut.
Okada is rocked. And now SANADA here.
SANADA had a game plan when Okada was down, but now it's like he doesn't know quite what to do to set up for another moonsault attempt.
Another uppercut. And I do agree with you, partner. I think SANADA's kind of at a loss for a maneuver, so he's just straight up hitting Okada, striking him, trying to get him to go down. Okada went down to both knees after that uppercut. Now, oh, look at that. Okada had this one scouted. Backslide, no. Oh, SANADA slides out. And there's the drop kick.
There's your drop kick, people. There is the infamous Okada drop kick.
And now, look at this. He's going to set up SANADA here. SANADA, the chances of him beating the IWGP Heavyweight Champion looking bleak.
Going back to the Rainmaker well, but he misses.
Look at that counter.
Skull end.
Oh, he was...
No! Okada, though, setting up a tombstone, I believe. Yes!
What a brilliant counter, but SANADA, look at this, slides out again. Back into the skull end.
Oh, my God.
And now he almost. He doesn't have it entirely in.
Locked in properly yet. Oh, Okada's doing a brilliant job. Okada's doing a brilliant job of positioning himself in a way that SANADA can't lock his feet.
I completely agree, partner. And if SANADA could just scissor the legs, but Okada's fading anyway. Look at this. And now Red Shoe's gesturing.
He's going to do an arm check.
Oh, Okada keeping the arm up even at 1. He's not going to give SANADA the satisfaction. What a hold for hold, counter for a counter, and SANADA desperately wants that skull end and foot on the ropes.
Brilliant. Look at Okada. Yeah, outmaneuvering SANADA in that case for sure. I think that's one big advantage Okada has that Tanahashi doesn't, is length.
Yes. Yes, I completely agree with your assessment. And now SANADA, what else can he do to Okada here?
Slamming this is a mistake.
Backbreaker.
Oh, maybe not. Again, sets up for the moonsault. This is how he beat Tanahashi, actually. He hit 2 of these.
Oh, and doesn't even get the 1.
And didn't even land on his feet that time either. Okada was just too quick.
Absolutely.
Another kind of item on the list of ways that Okada has an advantage over Tanahashi, though. Quickness.
Exactly. Well, you think that has to accompany the youth advantage that Okada has over Tanahashi as well, at least to a degree.
I think that Monday might have been a sign that Tanahashi might be winding down, unfortunately.
Yeah. And now SANADA charging. Oh, boot there by Okada.
Okada's keeping in this.
He is. He's staying in the fight. Moves out of the way. Oh, SANADA, though, look at the positioning.
Springboard
another drop kick.
Wow. SANADA likes to do a drop kick out of that springboard, but Okada caught him with his own first.
Had that so well scouted, and now I don't think there's any countering it this time. It's going to be the Rainmaker. No! Another counter, trying to bridge the pin. No! Back to the skull end. Oh, but counter again.
Unbelievable.
There's the German. Now, I don't know if SANADA has another counter left, and I'm sure of it this time. The German. There's the Rainmaker.
And that's
count to 100. Yep. 1, 2, 3 count. What a competitive match, though.
Incredible match.
I'll tell you, SANADA, maybe the mistake he made, he was too insistent on the skull end. And I'll tell you, that played to
the thing is, it worked for him on Monday, so why would you change something that works?
Exactly. What do we say? You go with what brought you to the dance.
Dance with who? Yeah.
And I think he just got left in the middle of the hall because Okada's the one that emerges victorious here.
Okada and SANADA now both 1-1. There are currently two people in this block undefeated with 2-0 records, and that's Hiroyoshi Tenzan and Hirooki Goto.
That's right. And they are looking pretty good, which means in this block...
And there is, I believe, an opportunity in the next match for Makabe. Didn't Makabe win on day 1? He did.
He beat Tonga.
Tonga, that's right. So if he beats Tanahashi, which is a tall task, but SANADA did it. But if Makabe can beat Tanahashi, he will become 2-0 as well.
Exactly. And, it's very interesting because in this block, you have Okada, who's 1-1 now, Goto, who's 2-0, and these two will be facing off again this year at G1 Climax then because they share the block. So very interesting implications there, and we'll see what happens. But Sanada's going to have to shake this loss off. He can still at least say that he beat Tanahashi, but the ace of the new generation, as you so poignantly called Okada, gets the W. He's 1-1 now.
I believe that's actually what he goes by now.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, Okada's got to be proud of himself. He, as we say in football, he broke at 500. He's 1-1, even keel. And now we'll see if he can tip the scales in the favor of winning and keeps racking up those wins. Maybe goes 2-1 the next time around.
Yeah.
And now, Tanahashi versus Makabe. Brother, what thoughts do you have on this match?
It's weird because these guys go back a long way, but right now, it's still Tanahashi. That's my thing. Like, even though he is slowing down a bit, it's still Tanahashi. I can't pick anyone but Tanahashi in this match.
Right. And you know something? Probably to my own chagrin at the end of it, but I'm going to go Makabe. I know that I'm thinking Tanahashi may pull an Okada. He may be 1-1, but there's just something about Makabe, the way he's been carrying himself recently. He might be a real impact player in this block. So I'm going to say Makabe gets the win. And I'll tell you, if he hits that King Kong knee drop, I don't care if you're Tanahashi or not. There's no kicking out of that.
It's a very high impact move, and with the force that Makabe brings behind that knee drop, you're right, man. It's almost impossible to kick out of it.
Exactly, and Makabe.
What I will say though is that Tanahashi has the arsenal required to soften that knee up.
Exactly. I mean, if you do the dragon screws and everything, forget just the high fly flows. It's painful to get to the top rope. I don't think you'd be immediately able to follow up with a pin if you hit the King Kong knee drop. So Tanahashi, Tanahashi is just the perfect complement to Makabe, the perfect negator, if you will, of Makabe, at least as it relates to that King Kong knee drop. But Makabe is also just pure power. So we'll see what happens. Who's going to win out? Tanahashi, I think, is a technician, a tactician. Definitely has finesse to his game. Makabe, he has some finesse to him, certainly more so than Ishii, but definitely going to be a meeting of styles here.
And not of the AJ variety.
No, not of the AJ variety, because he's in the WWE now entertaining all of us. And now Tanahashi there doing a little bit of air guitar, doing a fine little number. And these fans just love Tanahashi, man.
And Makabe, another one of the guys like, I believe, who else was it earlier today that we were talking about that actually had, Tenzan, I believe, that has held the IWGP Heavyweight Championship to both of our surprises.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm going to ask, has Makabe ever main evented a Wrestle Kingdom?
No.
No, well then there's the goal right there. Maybe not necessarily the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, but there is nothing more emotional, nothing more electric than winning a world championship, even competing for a world championship at the main event of a Wrestle Kingdom. And Makabe, if he could go 2-0, he'll be right with Tenzan and others that are just really strong candidates to be in that main event. And Tanahashi, the original ace of New Japan, he's got to get his game face on because Makabe is no pushover.
No, he is not.
And I'll tell you, Ashton, we talked just a little bit ago. I mean, you specifically, you mentioned Tanahashi's repertoire with the dragon screws and everything else. He could be, the perfect counter to everything that Makabe is about, and specifically that King Kong knee drop. If you're Makabe, conversely, how do you handle Tanahashi? What's your biggest strength against a guy like Tanahashi here?
If you're Makabe, I think just brute force.
Right.
You just want to, I think, honestly, if I'm Makabe, my goal is to end this match as quickly as possible. Not Tanahashi the hell out, get the pin, and end it.
I completely agree with you.
Because if you turn this into a marathon, every minute that goes by is more of an advantage for Tanahashi.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. Again, I've said that for all G1 Climax matches, regardless of opponent. A sense of urgency is necessary. This isn't the only match you're going to have. It's am I using the term properly when I say it's a round-robin style tournament?
Yes.
It is a round robin style tournament. Thank you for pointing out that my terminology is correct. And, you don't want to expend any energy needlessly. I mean, that's why I keep chastising Nagata. And you just want to put away people as quickly as possible. And I think you're absolutely spot on with what Makabe needs to do here.
And by the way, I think it's funny that you ask if Makabe has ever main evented a Wrestle Kingdom show, because even though he hasn't, another guy that we were surprised to learn has held the IWGP World Title before in Tenzan has main evented a Wrestle Kingdom show before.
And again, it just keeps affirming the point that Tenzan could have the perfect punctuation to his career, bring everything full circle. If he could have potentially one last run with the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and begin that run on the Wrestle Kingdom stage, but now in the present, Tanahashi really controlling that wrist of Makabe, bringing him down to the ground. Beautiful leveraging by Tanahashi.
Yeah, Tenzan and in the team of Tenkozy teaming up with his buddy Kojima back at the original, the first ever Wrestle Kingdom back in 2007, teamed up to take on the team of Keiji Muto, aka the Great Muta, and Masahiro Chono.
That's so funny that the main event of the first Wrestle Kingdom was a tag team match, because the main event of the first WrestleMania was a tag team match. And now Makabe here.
Perhaps intentional.
Perhaps indeed. And now he's got Tanahashi in the corner. And Tanahashi there sliding out. We're back in neutral. I'll tell you, that's another thing too. And again, you can make this as a broad brushstroke statement. It's not really specific to any particular performer. But dictating the pace in a match is so important if you want to have an advantage. And I like the fact that Makabe, look, he's inviting Tanahashi. He's not going to play Tanahashi's game. At least he's not going to intentionally play his game. Sometimes you get caught up in the heat of the moment and things happen. And nice shoulder block there by Makabe. Tanahashi now going to charge, and he got caught anyway. And see, that's Tanahashi playing Makabe's game. That's exactly what I just got done talking about. Yep. And now Lariat there sends Tanahashi over the ropes out to the floor. Hey, this is a rough go for Tanahashi here. And you just got to wonder, how is Makabe going to follow up? And I think I know. Irish whip into the guardrail. We've seen that so much throughout this tournament, and we're seeing it again here.
I think the reason you see it so much is because this tournament sort of favors quick matches. If you can get your opponent done as early as possible, it's an advantage for really both of you, but mostly you. And I think that maybe the most damage that you can do with a single move without getting disqualified is that guardrail toss.
Right.
Unless you want to maybe pull a Toriyano and remove a turnbuckle pad and use the exposed turnbuckle. But even then, if you're not Toriyano, you might get disqualified for it.
Oh, look at this snapmare takeover there by Makabe, and then right into the headline there, the rear choke possibly. And now look at that. Takes Tanahashi down, grounds him, snuffs out the vertical base. And Tanahashi is so dangerous when he's vertical. I mean, the speed, the technical acumen, just everything comes to the forefront. Makabe wants to avoid that. And now look at that. Repositions himself, follows through, stays on it, and now repositions the hold. So smart by Makabe.
He is an underrated wrestler as far as how savvy he can be.
Absolutely, and I definitely think you can see Makabe's thoughtfulness on display in this match, because he knows who he's in the ring with. No slouch. And I'll get that, maintains the leverage, but Tanahashi, though, that was so smart. Even if he couldn't get the dominant position to the hold, gets his feet on the ropes anyway. And now you see Tanahashi, I think he was favoring that arm, the same arm that SANADA began the work on. And now Makabe here, gonna do, oh my God, just contorting that arm into the hammerlock now. And then drives Tanahashi down with the hammerlock.
Great technical wrestling. And this, I think anytime we're meant to compare Makabe and Ishii, the first thing that we always kind of talk about is Makabe's technical prowess that we just don't see from Ishii.
Yes, I completely agree with you. Now look at this.
It's a big reason why I always compare Makabe to Scott Steiner, because Scott Steiner, he also kind of has the bleached blonde hair and the powerful arsenal, but he also has a very underrated technical aspect to his game. And to kind of further the parallel, both men at one point in their careers were known as technical savants.
Yes, absolutely.
Scott Steiner in the 80s was a technical wizard.
Yes, he was.
And Makabe, you
Yeah,
could say the same thing in the 2000s.
right. I completely agree with you. I mean, I remember some of those Steiner matches from the 80s. I don't have the privilege of seeing Makabe at his technical best, but I think we're definitely seeing kind of a love letter to that aspect of his ability here tonight with him working over Tanahashi's arm. And
Yeah.
I look at that, just flipping him off, and he was going to go for a form of his own. Tanahashi, though, he stopped it. Makabe going to try another right, but no, again, Tanahashi just a straight shot there. He almost had a grin on his face, and Makabe with a straight shot. Caught it again, another shot by Makabe, and a
Oh
third.
my God, he is. I mean, normally we talk about forearm shots, but he's literally just like it's almost like he's using his forearm to punch Tanahashi.
Oh, what a forearm there by Tanahashi. And now, Tanahashi are going to try and follow up after that forearm. Makabe already back to vertical. Body shot there by Tanahashi. Another body shot by Tanahashi. These two men just going back and forth. And now he's going to slam Makabe down. Are we thinking a flipping senton, maybe? And are we going to get it here? Tanahashi. And there it is. Wow. Hooks the leg. 2. And Makabe kicks out.
Makabe keeping in the match, and really, I don't know. I think that Makabe needs to kind of step it up to try and put Tanahashi away as soon as possible.
I mean, I certainly agree with you. I think Makabe wanted to play the long game. I think he wanted to make this a marathon over a sprint with all the work he was dedicating to Tanahashi's arm. Makabe, I think, was hoping it would pay dividends later, but right now, Tanahashi's the one in control.
By the way, it's funny to me. Oh, there Makabe misses a lariat, but it's funny to me that you ask, did Makabe main event the first Wrestle Kingdom? Because even though he didn't main event it, he was still on it.
Oh, who'd he face that year?
It was a 6-man tag. It was him teaming up with Ishii and Toru Yano to take on the mismatched team of D'Lo Brown, Barry Buchanan, not Bull Buchanan. That was my mistake. Actually, I think it's the same guy. So yeah, Bull Buchanan and Tomko.
Wow. Oh, now look at this, though. Makabe with the punches. But the interesting thing here is Tanahashi seated on the top rope. He's not in the corner, but Makabe going to take him down anyway. Oh, I thought he was going to try that Northern Lights bridge. Lariat in the corner there.
And now the Northern Lights.
And
he
there
hits
it is.
Completely unevaded. He's good.
Exactly. Tanahashi kicking out, though.
Tanahashi just realizes right now what just happened to him, and he's disappointed in himself for letting it happen without trying to break anything up.
Exactly. And now, could it be a German here? Tanahashi had it scouted, stuffs the attempt, the back elbows. Makabe ducks. What a straight shot to the face.
And the double bird. With the dragon screw. The first of, I'm sure, to be many.
And look at the look on Tanahashi's face. He knows now what that means.
Tanahashi, we always hear JBL on WWE refer to John Cena as Big Match John, but this is Big Match Tan.
Exactly. And I see what you did there, and I appreciate it. Now off the ropes, Makabe ducks.
There he is!
With a lariat.
And Tanahashi ate it. That is shocking.
Yeah, Tanahashi staying in the fight here, asking for more. Makabe going to try again. Does it again.
Don't want to keep eating those.
You really don't. Oh, just a straight slab to Makabe. Makabe, though, hung on. And a third.
Wow.
I
call that the King Kong lariat, my friend.
Absolutely. He rocked him.
And speaking of King Kong, Makabe's ears look like they got ravaged by an ape, because that is just hard to look at.
Yeah. I got to look at Tanahashi's ear. It looks like some cauliflowers going on there.
Yeah.
And it's
seems very prominent amongst wrestlers. Just the grappling can really screw your ears up.
Right. And now, Makabe here.
Makabe is, I think he realizes what's going on, and I think he realizes that he kind of has an advantage right now.
Right. He's shaking the cobwebs out of his head, but he's got a look on his face that he's really registering, maybe having a revelation or two about the status of this match. And now,
I don't know if I would do this.
I don't know either. And Tanahashi, I think he's kind of proven you right here. And he countered. No, Makabe stuffs it. Who's going to get control? Makabe couldn't follow through.
Makabe had control, but Tanahashi, no. Yeah, see, Tanahashi's not even getting close to where Makabe is.
Right, and
As far as how high they're
face.
lifting each other.
Oh, and Makabe not having it. What a forearm to Tanahashi, but Tanahashi fires back.
Tanahashi can throw forearms with the best of them.
Oh, man, you're seeing it right here. Wow. Back and forth they go.
The ropes separating them, too. That's interesting to me.
It is, because, I mean, Tanahashi will volley, but then he'll just spring right back thanks to the ropes, the momentum, and everything.
Now
Makabe.
Makabe grabbing Tanahashi by the hair.
And another forearm.
One more forearm. And
look at
Tanahashi hanging on by a thread, literally one hand. But look at this. Tanahashi might be,
Oh, look at that. He suckered him in.
He usually does this on the way into the ring, but look at Makabe.
Straight shot to the face, able to save his leg. So Makabe at this time has only eaten one dragon screw. And now going to try the suplex. Maybe he can do it this time. And
he's got him up, but look, Tanahashi lands on his feet and the neck breaker.
Wow, even after all that work, Makabe comes out on the losing end of that exchange. And now, went for the lariat. Caught it. Dragon suplex.
Again.
No. Could be an arm trap German.
He did that same thing to SANADA on Monday.
And Makabe does kick out.
Just like SANADA did.
Beautiful arm capture German there by Tanahashi. Now could it be the sling blade? He was thinking about it, but Makabe with a German of his own with a beautiful bridge.
That's what I'm talking about when I say that Makabe has a very underrated technical element to his game, man. You would never see Ishii throwing as beautiful a German suplex as that.
That was picture perfect. Absolutely stunning.
And the bridge. Quality. That bridge was gorgeous as well.
Exactly. And now Makabe here. Can he follow up? Can he follow up and can he beat Tanahashi and be 2-0 in this tournament right now? Tanahashi stirring ever so slightly. Makabe has to wonder. I hit a German. It was picture perfect, right on the money. Tanahashi kicked out. He's only hit one dragon screw on me. My leg's still in pretty good shape. I've shaken it off. The table is set for Makabe here. Lariat in the corner with Tanahashi's back facing Makabe.
I think he might be setting up for one more lariat to use that to set up. He's setting Tanahashi on the ropes.
But Tanahashi, though, slides out. We'll never know the machinations of Makabe's mind there.
That slap. Looks like he caught Makabe right across the ear. That'll knock you loopy real quick.
Absolutely. And now on the top rope here, but Makabe meets him. What a straight shot.
Clubbing. And look at this. Tanahashi looks like he's about ready to be set up in a tree of woe.
Do you remember this, partner? Think Naito and think Tama Tonga.
Of course.
Oh, man. Oh, my God.
You don't want to resist this German because he'll do that to you every time.
Exactly. And
Tanahashi's trying to fight out of it, but I think Makabe, again, head of Tanahashi meets ring post.
And he got it.
And there's
oh, my God, he folded up something fierce, and now Makabe feels it.
And that's been what he's been using to set up for the King Kong knee drop. Here he comes.
He got it. He got it.
That might be it.
Tanahashi convulsing. 1, 2, 3 count.
Makabe is 2-0.
I was right in my prediction. I was hesitant, but I said Makabe would beat Tanahashi, and he did it. I'm telling you, this is a different Makabe than we saw last year.
It is.
Oh, my God.
You know what, John? To be fair, it's also a different Tanahashi.
Absolutely. Did you ever think, partner, that we would be saying with the utmost sincerity that Tanahashi is sitting now at 0-2? Oh, my God.
It's a year later. He's got another year of age under his belt, and he lost the title and lost some of that confidence in the process.
I'll tell you something, man. Tanahashi goes down, but Makabe goes up. That German, top rope German, using the steel ring post assist.
I think what's so brilliant about that is that you basically force your opponent to be unable to win. Because if your opponent tries to resist the German by pulling forward, you encourage that movement and you crash their head on the ring post. If they try and resist their head on the ring post, that frees you up to hit them with the German. You're forcing your opponent into making a bad decision.
That is a brilliant maneuvering by Makabe. Just brilliant. Did you know...
More people in the wrestling business should learn from Makabe and use that maneuvering.
Absolutely. And did you notice, partner, when Tanahashi's head hit the canvas after that German, he folded up like an accordion.
He did.
It was done.
And just to kind of, commentate a little bit more meta, did you notice that we just commentated 3 matches in a row without taking a break?
I know, that's ridiculous.
No, I mean, like, I'm going to still manage to break these up, but I apologize to our viewers because now they don't have timestamps to work with for the last 2 matches.
Oh yeah, that is a bit rough, but yeah, I mean, what a great day, day 3 of G1 Climax.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you know that we were invested, when we completely forget to even stop recording and then set up a new video.
Responsibilities, it's irrelevant. And Makabe, man, wow, what a win.
Yeah, that was a great win for Makabe. That was a great match. This was a great day of G1. I feel like this is one of those days where it's going to be overlooked because of the lack of commentary, but if you just pay attention to our stuff, you're going to have pretty damn good commentary, and it's going to make the show a lot better because we enjoyed the hell out of this show.
Completely agree.
What would you say was match of the night? Probably SANADA Okada?
SANADA Okada was brilliant, but I gotta say, very happy for Makabe, and I know you said originally Tanahashi would be able to get his head in the game. The deeper the hole you dig for yourself, the harder it is to keep your head in the game, and now Tanahashi is 0-2. That is not a good look.
Definitely. All right, guys, well, I guess this is going to be actually, you know what? John, we might have done all 5 singles matches without taking any breaks.
Yeah, we beasted through it, dude. That's
Apologies
crazy.
for, you know what, though? That kind of makes it a little bit easier then, because I'm just going to upload this as one big video, and then people don't have to worry about timing it up properly.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a lot of fun. This has been, a whole bunch of really entertaining and really good matches, and we'll see you all tomorrow for the second day of B block matches. Stay tuned.